after I had retired to the place which I previously had designed to go.
Having looked around me and finding myself alone,
I kneeled down and I began to offer up the desires of my heart to God.
I had scarcely done so when immediately I was seized upon by some power which entirely overcame me,
and had such an astonishing influence over me as to bind my tongue so that I could not speak.
Thick darkness gathered around me.
And it seemed to me for a time as if I were doomed to sudden destruction.
But, exerting all my powers to call upon God to deliver me out of the power of this enemy which had seized upon me.
And at the very moment when I was ready to sink into despair and abandon myself to destruction,
not to an imaginary ruin, but to the power of some actual being from the unseen world,
who had such marvelous power as I had never before felt in any being.
Just at this moment of great alarm, I saw a pillar of light exactly over my head,
above the brightness of the sun,
which descended gradually until it fell upon me.
It no sooner appeared than I found myself delivered from the enemy which held me bound.
When the light rested upon me, I saw two personages.
Brightness and glory defy all description.
standing above me in the air.
One of them spake unto me,
calling me by name, and said,
pointing to the other,
This is my beloved Son. Hear him.
I know that Joseph Smith tried his best to restore this church for all of us.
I testify the Book of Mormon to be true, and I know that it is the most correct book on earth.
I know that Joseph Smith saw God and his son Jesus Christ.
I know Joseph Smith received revelation from God.
Joseph Smith did truly translate the Book of Mormon into our languages.
I believe that Joseph Smith was a true prophet who restored our church.
I know that Joseph Smith was loyal to the Lord like we can all be today.
So I have a testimony of Joseph Smith, and that he translated the plates and that they can inspire us.
Well, Joseph Smith, he wasn't perfect, but he was a prophet and he had faith. And through the power of God, he was able to restore the church that we have today.
I believe that Joseph Smith is a true prophet of God, and he restored the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I know that Joseph Smith saw two personages of God and Jesus Christ in the sacred grove.
I believe that Joseph Smith was called by God to translate the Book of Mormon.
I know that the restoration of Jesus Christ's gospel started through Joseph Smith, and that it continues still today through revelation of our prophets.
I believe in the restoration of the church and that Joseph Smith was a true prophet.
I have a testimony that Joseph Smith was a prophet. I also know that the restoration is not finished yet, but will be finished when Christ comes again.
I know that Joseph Smith was a true prophet of God, and through him, Jesus Christ restored the church.
I bear my testimony that through the teachings of Heavenly Father, we will have eternal life.
I'm grateful for the restoration and the priesthood, especially as a young man.
Because of the priesthood, we are able to perform temple ordinances, and I am grateful to know that we will be able to live with our families forever.